Oh, that's my jam.
Let's go! Come on, give me some energy up in this motherfucker. I'm saying.
Yeah, that works, Staley.
You take your hype, okay?
What's up? It's your girl T, and welcome to another episode of The Lounge After Dark. You know who it is, your girl T, Tyra, whatever you want to call me.
Ooh.
And you know who is here today. We have our lovely co-host from the left to the right behind me. And I have a special guest to the left of me, Miss Shawntel. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
You know how we do it. We have real intimate conversations about love, sex, and relationships. So today we're about to have a real good conversation. And I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself to the people so they can know who you are.
Okay.
And what you got going on, because we have some questions for you, child.
What up, you guys? It's your girl Shawntel the Prototype, and I am a lingerie, fitness, and swimsuit model. I have my own podcast called Lounging in Lingerie as well, and I'm everything plus size fitness, allowing women to love themselves where they are and work on what they don't enjoy about themselves.
Okay, girl, you got a lot going on. So you know, I was actually lurking on your page, and I noticed that you are a Playboy centerfold model.
Yes, I am as well. Yes, I love it.
So what's up with that?
Is Shawntel the Prototype?
Yes, it's Shawntel the Prototype. Yes, actually, Playboy Centerfold reached out to me and wanted me to be a part of the brand, and I've been loving it ever since. So everything, lingerie, being sexy, owning your sexy, that's me.
That's who you are.
That's me.
No, that's right.
I haven't. I really want to, though. Cross your fingers. I'm working on it. I'm definitely working on it because I want to get there.
So before we actually get into the conversation, I want to point out something real quick. I don't know if you guys can notice that me and her are matching literally from head to toe. Like we have the pink, the Barbie pink top. We have jeans, blue jeans, ripped jeans, and our sandals are white.
Yeah, it's true.
It's crazy. I was we did not even plan it. And I was like, what, girl? We twins. And we got gold jewelry, gold necklace.
Yes.
Gold hoop.
And I have earrings similar to those earlier, and I changed.
I'm semi-matching.
You are matching.
I ain't got the denim on, but I got the pink part.
He said, let me in the triangle, please.
Right.
I said, okay, we're matching. I love it. That's awesome. Oh, I just had to throw that in there because I was like, oh, girl, we is like twinning today.
Yes.
But yeah, so you said you are a Playboy centerfold model, so they reached out to you.
Yes.
You have an amazing body, by the way.
Thank you.
Like banging, girl.
I'm a personal trainer as well.
Okay.
So I motivate plus size women. I'm big into the plus size community, motivating us to be the best version of yourself. Okay. Even though, you know, I love fitness, but I still want to be a certain size. I can't see myself as a size probably 2. That's just not me.
So you're pretty much confident in your size, and you don't want to be any smaller than that.
Just trying to maintain the curves.
I love it.
Yes.
So, okay, I want to also ask you, you said you have a lingerie line, right?
No, I work for a lingerie brand, but I have a podcast called Lounging in Lingerie. Yeah.
So, I wanted to ask you a question about that, like lingerie. So, like, I know most of us women like to, you know, be sexy every now and then, whatever, in our lingerie, lounging around the house. So, like, do you like to wear, like, a lot of lingerie around the house and, like, with your man? And, like, I know some guys, they don't really prefer lingerie, though. There are some guys who don't prefer lingerie.
I've heard
there are some guys
that is true.
There are some guys don't prefer.
I've heard it.
There are some guys
like,
My thing is, you're not going to have it on for long. If you walk in the room with lingerie, I'm like, thank you.
But isn't that the fun part, like a present being unwrapped kind of situation?
For the first like 10-15 seconds, but then you're looking that good in the lingerie.
See, that was a point that I was trying to get into. So obviously, we like to wear lingerie, and then some men, some they like it, some they don't. But the point, what I'm trying to make is like, it's not going to stay on for long.
Right.
So, like, what do you feel about just pretty much just being sexy and pretty much just like walking around the house and like enticing your man and just being that woman that's just trying to, like, you know, I don't know the point that I'm trying to make, but just trying to like entice him.
See,
and then just trying to like stir up a little bit of something to give him some idea.
So like
Like,
teasing?
Yeah.
thank you, teasing. That's the word I'm
it.
looking for. Teasing,
So-
teasing. Yes.
Sadly, I'm single. I have been single for a long time.
Okay.
But I live by lingerie. When I
Okay.
tell you I wear lingerie every single day,
Okay.
I
You
wear
wear it while you
lingerie
film your show?
Yeah, it's a requirement. So any guest that comes on our show has to wear lingerie.
Okay.
When we host events, you have to wear lingerie, and more than none, I'm usually the most nakedest person there. I'm a nudist by nature. That's what makes lingerie even better.
Oh, so you're a nudist?
Yeah, I'm a nudist. So being sexy, just channeling that, I do it on my own for myself in my house. And if I can, style it where I can go outside and wear lingerie, I will.
You would wear lingerie outside?
I sure will.
So are you a nudist in the sense of being at home, or do you like participate in like the nudist community and all that? Like you go to like the events and stuff
Yeah,
like
I go
that?
to events. I love,
wow,
like,
that's dope.
we just came back, matter of fact, a few weeks ago from Exotica. I don't know if you guys ever heard of
Is
Exotica.
that the
What
porn
is it?
convention?
Yes, the
I've heard of
porn
it.
convention.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
Can I go into detail about that?
Yeah, so last year we went and it was in Miami. It was dope. This year we went, it was in Chicago. They travel and do different cities. I think it's like 6 cities. And it's all your favorite porn stars are there. Adult entertainment, they're there. They have the dominatrix setup where you can get spanked, flogged, everything. Tied, dipped, flipped, all. And it's fun because in my element, I can wear lingerie while I'm at this event and nobody looks at you weird.
'Cause that's your element.
Right.
Like, that's your comfort
Yes.
zone.
So it's fun. I love it. And if you guys have never been, you definitely should go.
That sounds fun.
It's really
I might
fun.
do that.
They have twerk contests. You can go into like this dungeon element. You can be tied up.
like
you can
that.
be like wrapped, hosted in the air. It's just
I want to ask a
amazing.
question
Oh my
about that. So are
God.
people like having sex?
No, that now what I would say is I know they have parties after hours,
Yeah.
but I've never participated
Oh, you've
in it.
never
I've never participated in it, and it could get kind of raunchy, but I've never.
So they don't have like live sex sessions?
They
or
may.
nothing?
You would think they
I thought they
would,
had them at the
right?
events,
And
you
events
know?
like that where you can go to, we posted events where we do demonstrations with toys and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just fun. It's just I like it because it's more private. Everybody's not gonna want to do it, but the people who are gonna do it are gonna
Yeah.
participate and have a good time. It's about maximizing your sexual pleasure.
I definitely want
I'm not
to
gonna
go.
lie, Veronica's definitely been on my bucket list.
Yeah,
Really?
you definitely should go.
Definitely want to check it
Mm-hmm.
out.
So do you enjoy going to sex parties? Or just regular just sex parties?
I do, and it's not even in the notion of wanting to have sex. I think everybody, it depends on what age you started having sex at. I started having sex when I was like 17, 18, and I'm 37 now, so I'm always looking for a way to spice up my sex life. I don't want the same boring sex I've been having when I was 18, and I think a lot of people, even going to Exotica, it was more white people than black people. White people are freaks.
White people are some freaks, y'all.
Yeah, white
They
people are freaks, and I want more black
Stereotype
people.
is real.
Yeah, black people to get in the element of being okay with their sexuality and what they like and what they prefer and their fetishes. Because fetish is a thing. I love.
A lot of it's because of
learning-
religion and like beliefs
Right.
and superstitions. Like people think it's like sin and dirty, so they don't want to like steer in that direction.
And I
or
don't like
announce
it.
Yeah.
Because they do so much dirt behind closed doors.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the
They
thing.
be living it up, but like
Right.
publicly.
Everybody lying, bro.
And that's
For me, it's very simple. I think we sound ridiculous sometimes, especially as adults. Okay, if you find pleasure in Six Flags, that's your thing. You like Six
Right.
Flags.
Love Six Flags.
You know what I'm
Six
saying?
Flags.
Sex is a pleasurable thing.
exactly.
To tell yourself. That's why when I think we're talking about this in another episode. I don't remember T. But I was like, if a girl thinks gangbangs are her thing, that's what she likes. She
That's
enjoys the
right.
things.
That's
That's
It's not
her
nothing to
thing.
judge.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
someone making fun.
that's
like,
what
you
she
have
actually
sex.
likes.
Oh, you only like to lay on your back and have sex. Ha ha ha. Like,
Right.
it's
that's not
fun.
fair.
What are we
You know
talking
what I mean?
about? It's pleasurable.
Exactly.
That's how you get off. That's how
Oh, you
you
don't have enough
Exactly.
sex. Like, if you reverse roles, it sounds ludicrous to like judge people for what they in their mind thinks is sexy or sexual to them. You know,
Or
Let
fun.
people be themselves.
Exactly. And I think sex is very important because it's a release of something.
Right.
And we ingest so much, whether it's physical, mental, and to properly release and know how many women don't release. Oh, that's mind-boggling and it's
crazy.
sad. It breaks my heart.
It breaks. It
It literally makes no sense.
Right.
What is it, like 40 to 60% don't even orgasm at all?
Exactly.
I have a question about that.
Why though?
So I think I saw. I don't know what I was watching on social media.
Man,
I
it's
think I've seen it
different
many
levels
times
of
that
orgasm.
a lot of
Yeah,
women
that's
don't
not such a
orgasm.
Exactly.
Like, what does that mean? Like,
It's different
when the man
orgasms.
was on the show with his wife, and I forgot. I think it was on Dr. Phil or something, and he was saying they've been together for like 10, 15 years, and she said she's never ever had an orgasm.
That's
in her
wild.
life.
See, that will break my
You guys are
heart.
women.
I'm
Does
gonna get
does that sound like something that's normal? Like,
Yes.
I've heard it too many
Like,
times
Yeah.
for it not
like,
to be
in
normal.
ours,
It's a
in
mental
ours
thing.
case,
It's
if
very
a
mental.
guy was like,
Yeah,
I've
it's
never
mental.
busted a nut, like I've tried everything, it's just never happened. You'd be like, come on now, that doesn't make sense.
Well, it
Because we're
takes
not
more
set up
for
the same.
women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
Because, like I said,
Yeah.
a lot of women have like shame around sex. So, like,
Yeah.
it's based off of how you were raised, how you perceive sex.
Yeah.
You can't even mentally relax enough and enjoy yourself to have an orgasm if you think
Man.
like. No, I'm not saying me because, like, I don't have no shame
Yeah,
around
not
it.
you,
But
not you.
I'm saying I can see from both perspectives because initially in my life, I was like Christian AF and like. At the time, I was like a virgin. Like I was just like, you know, no one's touching me. Like I was just scared of pleasure, like sexual pleasure. I was
Thought
scared
you
of
were doing something
masturbation. Yeah, it was sinful. But like once I got over that hump, I'm like,
What brought you over that hump, though?
Yeah.
it's a mental thing. Like so, I just started like learning more, you know, like about
So,
everything. I'm
Gotcha.
like,
So do you
right
think
now.
if you continued the Christian way and you finally had sex, you would have not reached an orgasm ever? Do you think
It's
that was a
possible
possibility?
because when I actually had lost my virginity when I was 19 and I was in college and I was like a Christian as fuck. Like, so like as I was like having sex with my boyfriend like the third time, I literally thought I heard like Satan's voice like condemning me to hell. Like it was like it's a mental thing.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it's like your
So you're not focused on the sex at any
subconscious.
time.
Yeah, you can't relax enough to enjoy
Yes.
it.
I'm glad
Like,
Princess
now-
said it.
Okay.
That makes sense.
And you do have to be relaxed.
It's like I'm not even gonna lie. Like
You're
honestly,
in
right now,
that space.
every time I have sex, I come. Like it doesn't matter if it's like clitoral stimulation or vaginal stimulation.
I'm
like,
gonna
it's
get
like
me.
it's just like natural now.
I'm glad Princess said it first,
Hey, I
right?
just
I
always
used to date a
wondered
girl who was a virgin, and she was like 24 at the time. I think this was back in the day, and she used to bust nuts from just making out.
Yeah.
She was a virgin.
That's a real thing.
She used to
for sure.
bust nuts and
Never
start to
experienced
die, like just from kissing. Like she would start shaking and you know what I'm saying, going crazy. But then she also would get home and call you and start praying and start saying that, oh, you've ruined her life, that you got the devil, all those kinds of things. So I can relate. But my thing is, if a girl can bust nuts from just making out, then it's so tough to understand how a woman could have been having sex for 15 years and not busting nuts.
And that's why I
wild.
asked them because, of course, for our
Because
male
I mean, I'm
minds,
not busting it.
we don't know how it
Kissing,
works, you know. And
that's
us, it's just do you do it and it's
Right.
over with, you know.
mean,
So
I used to.
to them, it's like it's more complicated. To me, it's like to hear someone
Yeah.
can go their whole life with multiple partners and never reach an orgasm. It just should they just go out and start fucking everybody, you know, like until they figure it out? or
No,
what?
they need to learn themselves first. I always tell women that, and I think that's one step we skipped growing up, like learning how to pleasure of what you enjoy, what your body likes. That's a whole different deal. Whether somebody comes in and just hunching on you, and that's I
Right.
like to use that word. Like, don't
I missed that
hunch
part.
on
Can you
me.
say that part again? Say that again.
Knowing how to please yourself, knowing what makes you happy, what's your thing. Like everybody's thing is not the same thing.
Right.
So you need to find out what satisfies you, whether it's stimulation, clitoris style, you know, penetration at the same time. Like it's different things that work for you. And if you're not telling your partner or whoever you're sleeping with at the time that they don't know and they're just there to get their rocks off.
Man, I'm getting an orgasm within the first 3 minutes.
Really?
Damn, what?
Good for you.
You know, I
Tara.
want to bring something
Because
up
I'm in
about
that
that.
space. It's like she said, it's really mental.
And that's what I want to
So,
say.
no,
You
it
gotta
sound
be
very
in that.
mental.
No,
It
it is very
is.
mental. I want to say
Because
something about
men
that.
are more physical than women, and we are really mental. So it's like, yes, women like to have sex, but I mean, like my ex, he would want to have sex all the time. Like, bro, we're not even in the position I want to be in. You horny? Like, how the fuck is you horny, bro?
You can
Yeah.
understand.
I mean, you still want to have sex, and I don't want to have sex. Like, damn, okay, well, I guess here you can have. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the
Right.
type of situation. we
So you just pretty much there just to be there.
Yeah. Hunch on.
So, but okay, cool, right then.
Yeah, I
Because
really
it's
do
a
think
whole
it's
different
mental.
space.
I
Like,
really
you
do
know?
believe it's mental. Like I feel like if you
If I'm just having
and
fun,
your
I'm
partner
having fun,
are
it's
not
different.
on the same level,
Right.
like as far as like where you guys are in your relationship, sometimes if you feel like he's not really giving you what you know what you need in that relationship, you're
Then
not
it's not
comfortable,
gonna-
there's
sex
no
is not gonna be
reassurance.
the same.
You have, because women are constantly thinking about so many things.
Yes,
Like,
that's what men
does he
cannot
like me?
multitask.
How does he feel about me?
Right, is my body right?
All
So here's
these
the
kind of
contradiction to that,
things, you
though.
know. So
what
it,
about one night stands? What about going
That's what I
to
said, when you're
exotic
having
and having
fun-
Those
sex?
girls
Are
know
you
what
not
they're
having
doing.
But-
orgasms?
Those
Are you
girls
not
know
having
what they're
orgasms
doing.
there
But you're
because
miss-
not with your
but
partner?
that's a different situation. I'm
It's
just talking about
different.
just
It's a
general.
different mix,
Physical,
but it's
right?
still no, it's still mental.
There are girls and
because
women
a
are
lot
different.
of times when we having one night stand, I mean, I'm the goal to get you up, or or just let me see what I
Just
gotta do to get
experience.
myself off. You see what I'm saying? It's like the intensity of that moment.
So the
It's-
whole time it's still mental.
It's
regardless.
still
Yeah, because you're still excited about this fast process
still
that you're
mental.
getting
Yeah,
ready to.
okay,
Yeah.
I get
So
what you're
yeah.
And you're
But
like,
other
it
than-
finds me sexy. Like, this is fun.
okay,
Like,
cool,
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying?
I just feel
I
like
can
it
understand
has
what
to
in
y'all
for the
saying.
night. You
mentally,
feel me?
I
You just
think
put
a
me
woman
out,
has to
whatever.
be.
Like even if it's just the act, the mental
Yeah.
fact that oh I just met him and you know
The
everything's
exciting,
happening.
yes,
That gets
it's
you off.
excitement.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like the woman really has to, because I mean, yeah, as a woman, I feel like you have to be in like a very comfortable, calm mind state.
Calm.
Like in your mind,
Has to be
mentally.
mental.
You
Yeah.
can't, because you can't be having
Things
so
you
many
be doing in
things
the bedroom,
going
ain't no
on.
calm and
Ain't no
relax.
calm.
No, but
you make me
no,
serious,
but
like
you
just
can't be
saying.
having so
Okay,
much
and
thinking
you
about
have-
you
you have
They
to
can
make
wake
me
up
feel
on hard.
On the contrary.
I know what you're saying.
On the contrary.
Just
Like a
listen.
little bit,
On
kiss on the forehead.
I get exactly.
So for me, right, I beg to differ, because I really feel women get off more when they're discombobulated, when they're confused by everything that's happening, when it's hitting them so fast. They don't know when you drag her leg, vroom.
Are you a woman?
No, I'm telling you facts. I'm not tripping. If a woman doesn't get up, she doesn't get up. I'm not about to fight her about it. But I'm saying, however, I think it's because, yes, it's in her mental. She's thinking too much. But if a guy is confusing you where you are just like being dragged, and next thing you know, he has put you here. Boom, your head is under the pillow. Babe, your leg is under the bed. At some point, you're going to bust something,
No, you're
bro.
not.
No,
you're not.
I think what y'all are saying, even that is a mental aspect. The fact that you like the mental roughness of the guy, you're still attracted
Right.
to
That's
that.
what's stimulating
It's
you.
why. It's the
Right.
fact that, oh, damn, he just
It's
did
like,
like that. Damn, he just did me
I'm
like
into
that.
BDSM
It's in
type
their
shit.
mind. Where
Yeah.
us,
Every woman is
if we go
different.
like this for a while, eventually
You're
it's
going
coming
to
out.
burn.
I'm tired. I'm not
If
listening
you
to
go
you.
like this
I'm
for
just
a
not
while,
listening to
you're
you.
going
Eventually,
to
it's
Why?
gonna
I'm
happen.
not listening to you.
Women
Why?
are-
Because you think
have
like you
so-
think
I said every woman is different. I
I'm
said every
saying you
woman
think
is
sex.
different.
You think sex is church service or something.
No,
Come in there,
church
calm,
service.
and pray over it, and
I
then
know women's
let's
our
sanctify each
bodies
other.
are very
No,
much
I'm
so more difficult than men's.
You have to understand. We're
have
different
different levels of
I
orgasm.
We're different. We're
I
not
agree
like
with
you
y'all.
guys.
I agree because y'all body is
orgasm.
definitely
Yeah.
not
It's
the same.
different. You have to be in
You
tune
have a
Nothing to argue
clitoral
about.
orgasm and you never experienced what a real
Because when a
orgasm
woman
is
does
from a
not want to
man's
have sex and she's
penis.
having sex
Yeah.
with you, like she's
Come on
over
now.
it,
Oh, she's
or you
gonna-
working.
Yeah.
God damn, baby.
Man, that sucks.
What's taking you so long? You know?
Exactly.
She probably started thinking about something that's stressing her out, or how last month you didn't text her back at a certain time. Like,
How to build
Exactly.
something.
Exactly.
You're not taking the
Or you just not hitting that spot.
That's it. But now,
Damn,
at
that
a
was
certain
close.
age, I always wonder, are guys going out their way to make sure a woman is pleased, or is
Right,
it
that's
just
what I'm
for
saying.
them? Like, are you just getting it
Because like
off
you
for
said, y'all
I
just
have never
pumping.
slept with a woman first time, second time, third time, and she didn't come. Period. It's
Shake my
never
hand.
happened.
Whatever. Y'all always
Swear
say
to God,
that.
like,
I'm not gonna say
Y'all
that.
always say
I'm not
that.
I'm not gonna say that.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying every time I've had sex, the girl has orgasm. I'm not saying that. I'm
Okay.
saying the first time you fuck me, you gonna come. 100%.
Okay, sure.
Now, if we're in a relationship long term, yeah, there's gonna be times where, I ain't make it. You know what I'm saying? It happens. That's
Right.
long term.
Cookie got took.
I'm not having sex with someone and I'm the only one who nutted.
So
I'm
first time it
controlling
has
the
to be
situation,
mandatory that
so
she
I make
comes.
sure
Yeah,
we
but
both
sometimes
come.
women don't want to come. Like it happens. They say it. Sometimes they're like, you know what?
Never heard of that.
I'm-
why don't they
I've
want
had-
it?
Yeah.
Wait, say it again. Say it
Why
again.
would they say
Sex
that?
is not for me.
I am not taking off my pants.
I wouldn't
if
say it's
I'm
not
not
for me.
coming. It's
Sometimes
just
they do
not
without
happening.
it. Sometimes.
Sometimes
When?
I can see that.
Are you
because
like-
Even
Yeah.
sometimes I am. As
No,
a man,
It's
there's a
just
lot
really
of
more
times
so
that I've
like,
had
I don't
sex
need
with
it to
women
enjoy
and
life.
I haven't came,
Like,
but I'm like,
but more
she
so
came
to
and I'm like, I'm
satisfy
good.
my partner.
I can understand a
It's
man's
happened.
point because it's almost like an ego-driven trip. But for a woman just to sex on a man and not get anything out of it purposely, Now that's wild.
I think it's back and forth.
I can.
Because some girls get off on making a dude come.
That is exactly what it is.
She's happy about the
that's
fact
me.
that he came.
I think at this age, I'm not there anymore. Maybe like when I was a little younger, probably, but because it was a challenge.
Yeah.
Because now my challenge is, can I put him to sleep? Like I need you to go to sleep, and I'm just like, right. So that's my challenge. But at the end of the day, I'm still gonna get me. Yeah. Like it's necessary. I can't pull off an article of clothing without knowing that I'm gonna get me.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask.
Yeah. I mean, because it's like I feel what you're saying, but it's like ain't nobody gonna get me like I'm gonna get me.
That's true too.
So I'm already like, well, I'm gonna make sure he get his, like, cause I did that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more like I did that.
And that's what I'm talking about.
I'm not pressed about it because I'm gonna get
relationship.
mine. Like I'm supposed to get mine. It's gonna feel exactly how I need to.
Are you getting yours before or after?
See, I'm not even, whenever I feel like it.
Okay.
I'm one of them. Like, it's like, I ain't, shoot, but you want, all right, cool, bet. Okay. Let me go ahead and make sure, okay, cool. Now you
knock you down.
Yeah.
Knock you down.
But I understand. Some women, like, nah, I got to get it.
Yeah, got to.
Because what if you don't?
Mm-hmm.
What if you
who
don't?
knows when the next time is? That's the question.
Damn.
What? I'm just saying.
I just assume it's a part of sex. I'm going to come every time. Like, that's not... Like, it's not a question for me. Like,
that's great.
It's no. I don't know what's the point of having sex.
Some women are okay.
I'm saying no. Who said I'm okay with it?
I'm just saying some women only because I've been. You guys haven't been with multiple women. I'm guessing. I don't know, but I'm saying
we don't have a opinion.
Yeah, I think I only have a little more experience because I've slept with multiple women before.
Yeah.
And every woman, a lot of women are different. Some women they have to come 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Some women are gonna come in 10 seconds. Some women are gonna come in 5 minutes. And some women, their whole job is to hold they come and make you bust. Like their whole challenge is to make you come and.
But what if you can't come 3 or 4 times? Are you gonna force yourself to come 3 or 4 times?
Well, some girls can though.
That's what I'm saying. But some girls can't.
And that's no problem.
We're agreeing. Is it that they can't or they want?
We're saying
no.
The same thing.
Who doesn't want to come 3 or 4 times?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes you just can't.
Me, I'm not that pressed. That's tiring.
I need that tiring.
What I say when we was on the it was a clip you had posted about how long to have sex.
Oh, you said 5 minutes.
Wait,
5 minutes?
Man, what?
I'm just getting out of the scratch.
Right.
Just one minute. That's on the regular 5 minutes. That's like, oh, you want
that's why the others
every
hold it.
day type 5 to 10. You know, like not
Yeah.
if we going out. If it's going out of town, then yes, for sure. Let me get that time.
First of all,
but if we at the crib every single day,
I think the question has to be rephrased. We're talking about normal relationship having sex.
Okay, yeah.
If you're in a relationship with someone, y'all date and y'all live together or whatever, husband, wife, or whatever.
It's still be at least 20 minutes.
Why we gotta do that?
At least 30 minutes.
No,
it's still be 20, 30 because we be having fun.
In the kitchen washing dishes.
That's what I'm saying. 30 minutes.
Okay, that is too long. That's reaching.
Add a little foreplay in there. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think there should be a time. I just feel like you guys should be able to enjoy yourselves.
Yes,
I get whatever you want to get and then go about your business.
I accept the 5 minute time.
If it takes 5 minutes, cool. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour.
20 minutes. I'm like, okay, 1 hour.
Yeah.
1 hour.
I think it depends.
You don't
if
even
you put
know
on that
this.
lingerie, I want that
Time
20 minutes love making. Because I didn't put on this, I didn't moisturize,
Yeah,
I
that's
done got
that
sexy.
type of moment.
That's a Friday night.
I got on, you know,
That'd be a
if I got on
disappointment. You
sweats
get all
and
that
we
work
chilling, you
just for
want
3
some-
Right, be mad as hell.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Nah, when my girl get tired, when my girl get tired of busting, she just grab them nuts. She just say, "Nigga, hurry up, baby." You know what I'm saying? Nigga, hurry up. You know what I'm saying? But
that's how it is every day. That's how you want it every single day.
No, I
That's how
don't.
you have
I'm
sex?
no.
That's what I was wondering.
Absolutely
like,
not.
You know?
Absolutely not. But sometimes when she's ready, she gonna grab him and be like, all right. So then you know it's just mental. It's like, all right, let's do this. Let's get out the way. But
yeah.
I can't understand, because I'm a dude, obviously. Because I'm a guy, I can't understand how it is a woman would go years and
So women you see who are angry, who are just frustrated with life, those are the women I imagine like not busting nuts. Yeah. Like I said, the intake that we as humans take in every day, and then not being able to release that, it's wild. Like I can't.
So are you
imagine.
talking about? Okay, so y'all talking about from sex or maybe from your own like stimulation?
Either way, yeah. Because women don't even. I know women who don't climax or have orgasms and still don't use sex toys. So imagine, like, I'm okay, I'm single, I'm using sex toys, I'm getting myself off, mind cleared.
Right.
You not using sex toys, don't have nobody, and you just cloudy and angry and mad. And
they be the ones making the memes on Instagram.
Yes,
that's them.
those are the
Super
women.
upset.
So,
Like, why you upset?
why you mad? Because you ain't having sex. All right.
But no, and that's why, honestly, now, though, a lot of girls have a dopamine addiction. So they do be having a lot of sex. They do be masturbating a lot. And they still have that anger because they have, like, a whole bunch of tension and anxiety.
It's because they need that masculine energy.
Yeah, they're in their masculine energy. Because, like, we always are craving, like, stimulation at this point, you know, right now, like, social media age. So, like, a lot of women, we're not used to that. Like, historically, we haven't had to deal with this. So, like, we don't know how to deal with it. Like, so we're masculine. Like, we're sexually frustrated. Like, it's a lot going on. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm still lost, man.
It's just
I wish them
over
girls would
dopamine.
love
Now they got
over
too
exactly.
powder.
Too much.
do you know what dopamine is?
I get that part, but I'm saying I still feel for them. I still don't understand how they can't bust nuts. That's what I'm thinking of. Like, how you just dead not busting a nut?
So it's
That's
almost
crazy
kind of
for
like
me.
you guys kind of feel like what it feels like to be a man. You know,
What do you mean?
you
Y'all
know,
bust
this
nuts
is
all
what-
the time.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm saying we go through the over dopamine pretty much our whole life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what we go through since the
Yeah.
first time you learn how to do it yourself to ever. It's always over dopamine. Whereas women, not as much.
We're
You know,
more
I've heard there's a big
serotonin.
group of women who don't even masturbate. Like they say, oh, I only take penetration or I only do it if my man do. I won't do it by myself. Ludicrous to me.
Yo,
You know what I
Kofi,
mean?
imagine being a guy that goes hard, like you're going bam, 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 40 minutes, and you're not gonna bust. Yo. I can't do it. I pray for those women. I actually pray for
You
those
get me on a
women.
real drunk night.
One
like,
day
you
you'll
know,
get
like
yours,
that.
boo.
I think because men and women are different.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I feel like women and men, we both like sex the same. We
think women like sex
we
more,
enjoy sex the same. I don't think men enjoy sex the most, but I feel like it's equal. But I feel like a woman can be without sex for a longer period of time compared to a man.
I disagree.
I'm not saying, of course, I'm not saying all.
I
Women,
agree.
it's easier for women to
I
be
disagree.
I agree
celibate
with you.
for a longer period of time compared to men.
I disagree.
I can say that.
When I don't
Not
have,
all, but some.
Oh yeah, because when I don't have sex or some kind of stimulation after I start shaking, I'm dropping stuff. I'm
That's when
fidgety.
sex is the best.
Yeah, like
That's
I
when
have.
sex
It's
is
like
the
a
best.
fix.
Is it like an orgasm
me.
or you have to have sex with another person?
No, it's just an orgasm. Like I need to have
Yeah,
that.
so you can just help yourself.
Yeah.
then.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna do that. I have toys galore. I'm very big into self pleasure.
Yeah.
Because a lot of men don't know what to do. So
Um,
self pleasure, knowing what I like, and being able to control the room when I decide to bring somebody else into it. Be like, yo, slow down. Do this. Do
I
that.
want to ask you a question. Okay. So you had mentioned earlier that I can't remember exactly the word you said, but you said something about when you were like 18, you want to try something different, sexually, now that you're older.
Right.
So what are some things that you're doing differently that you weren't doing when you were 18 that you're doing now that is like something that we should, you know,
Right.
something that we should be a little bit more privy to enhance our sex lives and our sexual desires.
Yeah, so like you said, whips, chains, flogging, tied up, only based on your trust level with that person. Toys. I didn't use toys when I was young.
Okay.
I didn't even know, the whole ordeal. Location is big for me now because when you're 18, you're just in the house in the bed and that's it.
In the back of the house.
So where you going?
I need balcony. I've had sex in front of a restaurant.
In front of a restaurant?
Yeah, behind a vehicle.
Yes.
At the beach. I'm very. I want to try new things, and the most you can do is get in trouble. But how much trouble can you get into for that experience?
That gives you like a high, like that.
Yeah. I was waving at people while I was getting smashed from the back behind a vehicle in front of a restaurant.
Can you talk about that a little bit? I'm
Yeah.
curious.
So
She's just shy, just asking you. That's ridiculous.
I want to know how did I?
So it was a date. I was dating this guy, and we went to the beach for the day, and we were trying to change so we can just go grab something to eat. And we decided to park strangely directly in front of the restaurant, but we stepped behind the vehicle to change our clothes. Like I said, I'm a nudist. I have no problem changing in public. I'm a model. Body is body to me. So as I'm taking off my clothes, things are touching, and he's touching me, and before I know it, I'm bent over the hood, we're having sex, and people are walking by, like, hey,
they know what y'all were doing?
No, they don't know what I'm doing, but hey, keep walking, but, so yeah.
Trust me, they know.
Yeah, probably.
They just let y'all be.
Yeah, and then I had a situation
Were you
where.
loud?
No, I wasn't loud. My goal is always to make the guy moan louder. That's always a challenge for me. I like to hear men moan. That turns me on.
Okay, so not that we're having relations, but honestly, you're not gonna like me, bro. Personally, I don't even moan like when I'm nutting. Like when guys get loud when they nut, I think they're tripping. All that, I think they're tripping.
What about the whole time? You don't make noise the whole time.
No, I do. Just listen. I stimulate her. I whisper in her ears and shit, like moan so she can hear it. But honestly, left to me, we could have been silent the whole time. You still gonna get this smash the exact way you're supposed to get it. What?
That's so boring.
Back and forth.
I
know you're not talking.
What you mean I'm not talking?
I'm saying you don't. You're out here not busting. Yeah, what about my money?
But I'm saying, like, that's boring. Like, why would you just sit there and not?
I'm saying, I actually do it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Not on purpose, but it's like there's no purpose for me to over moan. If it's not there, it's not there. Now, if I'm talking shit while we're doing it, that's a whole different thing. I'll talk shit.
I've had a guy, and to this day, surprisingly, it makes me laugh because I hear it in the back of my mind where I hear him squeal, and it was the most random squeal I've ever heard that he's made. Yes, and like to this day, I still remind him of it. I'm like, you remember when we was having sex and you did this? Like he was like, nah, that was you. That was definitely you. Yes. So I'm big into that. Men moaning turns me on. So it's always going to be the challenge of how I'm going to make you moan. Don't put that pillow over your face because I want to see everything.
So have you ever had guys like James who just don't moan, who just lay there?
Yes, lay there.
I probably have, but I'm going to figure out a way to make you moan. It's going to be an internal challenge.
The ball grab is not fair. I'll say that much.
That's a part of the sex.
Yeah, that part is like.
So you can moan. You just.
It's not even a moan. Like for me, when a girl does that, I almost have to check her without checking her. Like, yo, what are you doing, bro? You're not about to bust. Like, stop, man. I'm yo.
You're holding back too,
right.
I know.
Let it out.
Yes.
I do eventually, but I'm not about to be screaming at it.
You're definitely not going to stop me because once I know your balls is where your sensitive spot is when you're, it's going to be that and focus directly on that. It's going to happen.
Oh, gosh. That's not cool.
Well, it's learning those and growing within your sexual experience is how I want to be. And I think all adults should. Like, you shouldn't be having the same mediocre sex when you were 18 and now.
Absolutely.
Read some books. I'm big on reading books when it comes to learning listening to podcasts, hearing guys talk. Most of my guy friends are males. Most of my friends are males, and talking to the ones that are married, just learning stuff. I take everything in and just try to, put it where.
I think if you're not learning, you're thinking you're pleasing your person.
That's it.
You're not. If you're not willing to really do what that person wants or learn it, then you might be thinking you're giving the best bomb sex, but just because a man busts does not mean your sex was amazing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
We're gonna get it.
We bust regardless.
So what makes sex amazing for men?
I'm not gonna say stuff like she says.
Like
you know what I'm saying? Like you can tell when a woman is trying to,
educate herself,
get you there. You know what I'm saying? She's doing everything, like
learning your body.
You can tell when she's, the way she's on you is different. Rather than like if a girl's just riding you and just like, okay, cool. But if that girl is riding you and doing different tricks and like licking your neck and speaking
of,
that's different than just the regular. So
Kofi, speaking of, I don't know if it's just me, but I don't bust nuts when I'm being ridden on.
That's just you,
Yeah, I don't. I barely do.
That's probably the quickest way to put me to sleep.
No. For me, if you want to go, 2 hours, ride me. We're gonna be here the whole night. I'm gonna stay up. No. I'm gonna stay up. Okay. But you gonna be riding, nothing gonna happen. Now, when you're ready for me to bust, I'm gonna get up and do something else. So I'm gonna turn to the side and do something else. But that riding shit is just for you to ride as long as you want.
That's different.
That's probably because you get up.
It's too comfortable.
Yeah, right.
Not necessarily. I promise you, not necessarily. Because I said it's only the riding. Every other thing she's doing.
That's the only one that she's not in full control of.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
That's the one position where we have literally all of the control.
For me, it's not the control thing. For me, it's just too comfortable. Like if I go to the movies at 10 o'clock at night, I'm probably going to sleep. So if I'm laying down in a sleep position, after I bust, it's over with.
Oh, after you bust.
I'm going bust.
I've bust. No. I've bust from being ridden before. It's not that I don't. But I'm saying nowadays, it just takes so long. It's like, you know what I'm saying? This is you doing your thing. And I be knowing, too.
But what if she's riding and grabbing your balls at the same time?
Now, that is cheating.
That's not cheating. And
that's cheating.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Those are the things you're learning to add to when it comes to your sexual experience. Like, I know now that, okay, maybe riding doesn't get you off, but I'm going to ride and then grab your balls.
All right. Let's next topic.
What you mean?
Your woman should know that, though.
Right.
You should know how to get your girl to when it's time.
Yes.
You should know what to do.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
She should know what she's supposed to do when she's ready for it to end. That's right. 100%. She do this, boom, it's over.
That one move is going to take her out.
I disagree with the writing thing.
But you know what I feel like?
That's my
Okay, so Shawntel, I wanted to ask you, are you in a relationship?
No.
Because I know you have your social media where you kind of post, you know, because you like to be sexy. Mm-hmm. So I know some men are not comfortable with their women posting certain pictures online.
Right.
So I wanted to ask you about that.
I've been single for, my twins are 9, so about 10 years.
You have twins?
Yeah, I have twins.
Girl, boy.
No, I have one girl. She's the only girl, and she's the twin, and I have 3 boys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
My oldest is 16, then I have an 11-year-old, and then my twins are 9.
Okay, so you have a girl that's 16 and then you have twins that are 9. Got
No, she's a girl.
Yeah,
boy
a girl and boy twin.
Okay, that's what I want to know.
Oh, girl,
boy twin. So she's the only girl, and she's the baby girl, and I have 3 boys, and that's a whole different explaining to them what I do, but they understand because I have a nude art gallery as well. It's called The Epitome of a Black Woman, and I hang my artwork around my house, and I want my boys to understand to never judge a woman based on the amount of clothes that she wears. Because just because I've been single for 10 years, I still carry myself in a certain manner.
You're still mom.
Yeah, I'm still mom.
Absolutely.
I'm still a woman, a black woman at that, who loves life, who knows who she is, who knows her worth, and I'm not gonna settle for anything. I think once I've learned to heal, and then you don't find a lot of healed people in the pool. Healed and understanding based on what I do. And I'm okay with that. So whoever is going to walk into my life and understand what I do and be my biggest fan, that's who I'll date until then.
Amen.
So I want to ask you this question. So you said you have pictures of yourself in your naked picture, nude pictures?
Nude pictures.
So your kids see you nude.
They see me nude.
I'd like to see this for educational purposes.
But I'm saying, like, of course, if you have younger children, it might be different. But I'm saying, like, older, as your children get older, some people may not want to be comfortable.
My mom walked around the house a long time naked. And that's another reason I became into lingerie. My mom wore lingerie my entire childhood. So when I turned 18, she gave me my first piece of lingerie. And I still have it to this day. So she introduced me into that lifestyle. And then when I was 19, my best friend in college, which she's my co-host for my podcast, she told me I was going to be a model. She was the first person to tell me I was going to be a model. I still have the picture, 2005, I can remember the date and the picture that she took, and under it says, "You're going to be a model."
Be a model.
To this day.
It's also probably better for them to know than to not to know. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine if they have to go find out.
Yeah, right.
Someone's like, "Oh, is that your mom?" It's like,
yeah. Yeah, and so,
you know what I'm saying?
especially with my oldest child, I'm big on that because I don't want him to feel uncomfortable with his boyfriend, the guys that come to the house and be like, "Oh, this is what your mom does." Yes, this is what she's a woman.
Okay, so you walk around the house naked?
Well, when my kids are there, I walk around in lingerie. It's certain lingerie that I do wear around my children. But I'm pretty sure they're not looking at me in that manner. But I literally sit my boys down and let them know to not subject women to what they wear and how they present themselves. And I don't want you to only learn from me as a woman. Like, I have a sister, I have my daughter, but you have to go out and experience other women, because any knowledge that you get from me is only because I'm a chain of command for you.
Right.
So teaching my boys to respect women, what not to say or do around women, how to make them feel comfortable. That's where I fall when it comes to being a mom to my boys.
Really?
Yeah, and my daughter, I'm big on, because she's chocolate like me, and that was something I battled with when I was younger, being darker skinned, but every day I'm reassuring her how beautiful she is, making sure nobody has picked on her. You know, how would you handle if you were in this situation? It was one thing she said. I said, her name is Chloe Mariah. I said, Chloe, you know, has anybody ever picked on you for your complexion or what you look like? And she said, no. I said, well, what would you say if somebody was to say, you know, you're ugly or whatever? She was like, I am not your mirror. So I was like, this is a 9-year-old saying this. So, and it gave me chills too. I was like, not your mirror. Okay. I was like, wait, what? She was like, I am not your mirror. And I was like, you know, that is powerful to say at a 9. Yes, 9 in the kitchen.
Wow.
And all she was doing was making a sandwich. I was like, wait, what? She was like, I'm not your mirror. It's not what you're looking at. You may see yourself as ugly, but I'm not ugly.
Yeah, I know
and so that just makes me know I'm doing my job correctly as a mom.
You are doing an amazing job.
Thank you. And so showing them different levels of how women are going to be, I think is a good thing. I'm open to showing them who I am, and especially let my daughter know this is how you can monetize later on in life. God forbid if anything happens to me. You have my whole art gallery that you can, you know, make money off of.
So you would be okay with your daughter when she gets older to do the same type of
if she's a
profession.
Woman, yeah, definitely. If she knows who she is, she knows her worth, you're not going to let anybody walk over you, talk to you, downplay what you're doing. And it's an art, because she's an artist. She draws me. She literally draws my nude art.
So she draws you naked?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And so I want my kids to be open. I don't like the closeness, because my mom, she didn't tell me a lot of things growing up. She just said, don't have sex. Well, why not have sex? Does it hurt? You know, does it feel good? Am I going to get pregnant? Like, none of that was exposed to me. So I'm very detailed in explaining to my kids why I do certain things, you know, why different women or different men do certain things. Like, I'm open with my kids, and I think, you know, that's going to catapult them in a different level when they become adults.
Yes,
so when it comes to the sex talk with your kids, I'm assuming you're very open.
Yes.
So I want to ask you a question now. So how you're 16, 9,
16, 11, and 9.
16.
Yeah.
Okay, so question, not how old, but what's the appropriate age for your child to begin having sex that you would be okay with?
I would never be okay with my child having sex before 18-ish marriage, but we're living in a world where that cannot happen. So what I made my son do, I made him learn the anatomy of a woman's body.
Okay.
Wow. And he had to literally sit down and talk to me. I don't want you to laugh. I don't want you to giggle. I don't want any of that stuff. I sent him a link and I gave him a book. I need you to read this in a week. We're going to sit down and talk about the anatomy of a woman. I want you to be able to tell me what happens when you insert yourself in a woman, how the eggs are really. I need to know all this. I need to know that you're knowledgeable enough to be inserting yourself in a woman or a young girl.
Exactly.
I want you to be open. And then, of course, I let his dad, you know, all the other stuff. But I want you to know how a woman is going to feel when a woman says yes and then she changes her mind and says no. When it hurts her or she feels uncomfortable, how to back up, because you need to know this stuff. Like, I don't want you to push yourself on any woman. So I need you to be able to read her body, her signs, even if she's not saying, what is she telling you?
Right.
So I'm big on that with my oldest son. So I'm always.
Question about that. So is that something you can really like needs to be taught? Is versus a consent needs to be taught for sure.
Yes.
Every man should know this. I don't feel like you need a teacher, but you should know no is no and push out. I'm talking about the actual having sex. Like you said, his dad teaches him the rest. What do you mean by teaching him the rest? Like, cause like my dad didn't teach me how to have sex. You know what I mean? I feel like I did a pretty good job my first time, but I didn't really need someone to tell me, oh, you need to do it like this. And,
well, protection one.
Yeah.
That was the leading guy. I learned how to put on a condom. I was big on that, and I made him condom literally sit in front of me. Put this condom on this bottle of this cucumber X, Y, and Z. The type, I need you to know, because I think the first time he tried
that is a lesson that all
it
men
popped.
need to learn.
Yeah, it popped. So I'm like, okay, if it pops while you're putting it on, what are you doing next? Are you putting on another one, taking it? Like, I need to know what your
thought process
right.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I do a lot of only because of myself. That happened to me as an adolescent when I first had sex. I had sex at a pretty younger age, in my opinion. But I've never seen a condom. I've seen the condoms as in the pack. So when I opened it and it, it wasn't unraveled like it looked, I was like, oh, damn.
What do you do?
I literally did not know what to do at all.
So what did you do?
So I'm going to share this because it's a podcast, but pretty embarrassed. I was 14, by the way. So I rolled it out, right? And if you know how to put on a condom, I don't know if you're supposed to roll it on your dick. I just rolled it out. And then I tried to stuff.
I do that too.
And then
That's
I'm just,
like what to do.
I'm sweating, I'm embarrassed. Because the girl told me she was experienced. I don't know if she was or not. She was like 14 as well. And I'm just
trying to
hold on. Just trying to stuff it. It's so embarrassed.
I'm 14.
And then I just kind of cuffed it and had sex with it cuffed. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't. After you roll it out, it's really hard to pull it off.
Yeah.
So I just really couldn't get it all the way.
That
That could have led to pregnancy.
See,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So I do agree.
I
That's a real example of why you do need to teach
Right.
I learned
boys how to put condoms.
I learned about
sense.
condoms on watching Love and Basketball, bro. That one scene.
Oh, yeah.
Because he just held it up and then he took it down one hand and I'm like, yo, what is that? But I figured it out. You got to roll it on. I figured it out. But for me though, I didn't have a pops around to teach me how to actually get into the actual act. I'm not lying, right? I think this thing is so important. The first pornographic scene you see, the first thing you see, it kind of leads you on for the rest of your life. The first porn I ever saw, the dude ate the cooch, so I'm okay with eating cooch. I've always been. Straight up. Like I've never thought of it as something you ask about or if it's okay or if you go there and it's not smelling right to you, you probably don't. But to be honest, for the most part, but for the most part, the first pornographic thing I saw, dude was in there, and I was like, okay, so this is normal. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? So I've never shied back about that. But as far as condoms, it was Love and Basketball for me. It was like, dude pulled it out. He just screwed it on and just pulled it down. I was like, I kind of figured that part out. But
and see, I was scared for my son to try to figure this out on his own because I don't want to be a grandmother.
As a man telling you, you're right.
Right.
It's actually it seems like common sense, but at that age, it's not that common. I agree 100%.
No, it's not.
Yeah, like I said, I'm big on letting him know what, I wouldn't even say what women like because every woman is different, but I want him to understand and what women say, taking their word for what it is, paying attention to their body signs, reading books, because it's crazy because his dad told me when we had to have the conversation about our oldest son that his oldest brother was the one who gave him a book who taught him a lot of stuff because his dad wasn't in his life either. But luckily, my kids have their father in their life and he can teach them and, he's knowledgeable about it. And he didn't have his first child until I was 21 when I had my first child. He was 28 when he had his first child. So, him learning those things, he said, paved the way for him to understand women more, what not to do, what to do. And all that stuff. So, I have to. But I'm terrified when it comes to my daughter, and I'm glad I have a few more years. I'm terrified.
I just had a little girl, too.
Oh, I'm terrified.
I'm terrified, but I'm excited because it's like, come talk to me.
That's the thing. Having
reality,
to be open
I'm
enough.
tell you. I'm going to tell you a joke, but I ain't going to tell you no lie.
I waited so long because my mom, when I was 10, before I started puberty, she literally was like, whenever you're ready to have sex, whenever you start having those feelings, whenever you think you have a serious boyfriend, let me know. And because she was so open about it, I just felt safe. I'm like, okay, whenever I'm ready. So literally at my doctor's appointment when I was 18, my doctor was like, are you sexually active? And I'm like, no, but I plan on being next year. my mom was like,
what?
Yeah, she was right there.
She was comfortable.
Right.
That worked.
I was comfortable. She was like, what? But at the end of the day, 8 years ago, you told me it was cool. So
and I want my daughter to feel that way.
100%.
Yeah, I want her to say
it's not even just when it comes with sex. It's like women's bodies are just so different. So many things may happen that if I've had the experience, I'm gonna let you know what's going on. I'm not about to sit here and just let you be out in the world by yourself and you don't know what's going on, what's happening with your body.
But I have a question.
Because that's how I was raised. My mom didn't really tell me that much about anything.
Well, I have a question for you guys, though.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how many of you guys have children or, plan on having children. How do you feel about introducing sex toys to your children? Not at an age where it's like 17, 18. Where they're understanding their body and they're learning to please themselves.
You're talking about to the women, right?
I'm talking to everybody, men and women.
My mom came to me today, I would still be kind of like,
even if your relationship was as open as her,
yeah, I'd be like, Mom, this is not where we go. This is the line. No.
Yeah, so that's a no for you.
Okay.
I have that line too. I feel like, do what you do, but be safe, and like, I'm gonna mind my business. Like, I don't want to visualize.
Like, here, baby, use this. I'm not ready for you to start sleeping with me.
Yeah, I'm gonna let them know that toys exist. Like, self pleasure exists. You don't have to go to a man or a girl to like have sex or whatever.
That's a different way to look at it.
But I'm not gonna be like, here, this is what you do with this, and you should use this. This is fun. Like, no.
But I like that.
It's more so towards daughters because men, we have a natural.
Okay, let me ask you though.
I have the pocket pussy.
We don't need nothing else.
Let me ask you.
Everything else is just too extra.
Okay, let me ask you.
This is good enough.
Being a dude, because for me, I learned from mainstream movies about masturbation. I didn't even ever do it. I never did it until a girl got on the phone with me one day and she said, "Oh, you're in the bath? Okay, sit down." And I got on the phone and she told me what to do. Listen, this was the first time I consciously nutted in my life. Yeah. Consciously, other than wet dreams. This was the first time she told me, "Okay, just do that." And then it happened, and I was shook. I was shook as fuck. I was like, "Yo, that's crazy."
No, you're right. You're not wrong. I agree.
However,
situation.
However, I knew because of American Pie. Yeah. I knew, you could get yourself off. Yeah, you get yourself off by doing that. But me practically just saying, let me go learn by myself. I never did that. The first time it happens
is mind blowing. I agree.
It is. I was shook.
The first time
you don't expect that.
I was shook.
You're just confused. Like,
I was
damn.
Shook.
Like,
so how did you know what to do? You watched this.
So mine was even crazier. So I was on the school bus, right? I think I was in like 6th or 7th grade, and the older kids were in 8th grade, 9th grade, whatever. They're making fun of the younger kids. They're like, "Y'all don't even know how to masturbate yet," and we probably really didn't. They're like, "Ha ha ha!" It was like, "All right, when y'all go home, y'all get some lotion, blah blah blah." And we were just like, "No." Well, I actually went home. I was like, "What was he talking about? Let me
try it."
And that's literally how I learned about it. That's literally the first time I heard about it. The internet wasn't big growing up, so there wasn't no porn or nothing like that, really. So that was the first time I even knew. And I did it, and I haven't stopped since.
Did you have to think about anything? Because as a child, as a child, what do you...
As a male, your dick works a little different. Yeah. So your dick just gets hard on its own. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You're just confused. You're in school trying to hide it. I remember in like middle school-ish, you just like this the whole time. You don't know why. You just, you like girls, you like to kiss them, but you don't know anything else. So your dick just works. So when you go to do the masturbation thing, it just works. You're not even thinking about much. It just pops up. You know what I'm saying? And you just do it. Over time, of course, when you get older, then you like this, ass, titties, whatever. But in the very, in adolescence, I say as young as I was, it wasn't more so I remember I did think about one of my teachers. I did. And I didn't think about her naked or nothing. I just thought about her walking around, and her name is Miss Robinson. I'm never gonna forget.
Still remember that name.
I think I remember that was
Miss Robinson's gonna be slime on this podcast.
So what age does this happen for men?
To be honest, if I had to guess, I don't remember the exact grade, but if I had to put a date, I think it was 5th or 6th grade. Okay.
Oh gosh, that's crazy.
Time we started.
No. The first time I masturbated, I was 20 years old. 20.
But
I was a grown ass nigga.
How early did
your dick start getting hard?
My dick started getting hard when I was like 8. That's different. That's different.
20?
I need to learn how.
I was a great kid. I was a Christian child. I was a Christian. God of God.
When I walked into overdoing my son's room and he went to pull the cover off him and it was hard, and I was like, "Oh my God!" I was terrified,
because it's not his fault.
Right,
he doesn't even know why at that time. You just
so what do you do at that moment? How do you react?
I had to take a step back,
you
go out of the room.
Nothing you can do.
Right?
Has it happened to you?
It's
whoa.
Put that away. Right.
That's exactly what I was say. Like, put
Because
that
I'm
away.
scared for that to happen. As you
And
know,
he
as
didn't
a
even
parent.
he didn't have it out. It was just he had basketball shorts
Right.
on, and then I saw it. And I was like, oh my God. I had to take a step back out the room.
Yeah.
Compose myself. I had to talk to his dad. He was like, yeah, he at this age now. And then of course he started. You always have to talk to your partner, whoever you have kids with, just to find out how they were playing with their child. You know, right? At what age did you start and go from there? And so that was my
This
mentality.
is good knowledge if you have sons.
Yeah.
I promise you,
No,
it's not even like
curious.
it's
That's
not
why
even
I
like
asked.
the 8-year-old is in his mind thinking of all this
Right.
crazy
Yeah,
porn
no,
shit.
no,
It's
no,
not like
it's not
that.
that.
It's just animalistic. Like I'm telling you, I'm in class in the little stupid desk you have, mad that I have a hard on, not knowing why. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
It's like a woman's cycle.
I want
just
to ask.
happened.
I want to
I
ask.
knew
I want to
why.
ask the men,
I knew
please.
why.
I want to ask you guys this
I
question.
don't even really know why like
So,
that.
your first wet dream, how was that like? When that happened, did you like tell your mom or your dad like?
What is wrong with you?
No, I'm
Like,
curious.
what was it about? Like,
Let me
No,
tell
I'm saying
you.
when you wake up,
I-
it's wet.
I
the bed is
remember
wet.
Honest,
clearly.
I can't remember
I was
which
wearing
that-
some
that
pink
young.
shorts, bro.
I can't remember
I was
which
wearing
one
some
it
pink
was.
shorts, and I slept in pink shorts. I can never forget.
I can't really
And
remember the way.
I'm having a dream, right? I'm having a dream, and I'm seeing all these girls. I'm a virgin, by the way, so it's not. I'd never even kissed a girl at the time. So I'm having a dream, and I'm just having a dream, and next thing I know, because I'd heard of wet dreams. I was like, what is that? Who does that? I never even thought what it was. So I'm sleeping in bed, and then I can't remember who I was dreaming about. But I was dreaming about, there was a chick in the dream rather, and then I just, was kissing her, and next thing I nutted in real life, and I woke up right as I nutted. You know what I'm saying?
Did you
and
feel
I
it?
started, I felt the warmth on me, right? Immediately I woke up, I could see it. Bro, I jumped the fuck up. I went to the bathroom, took a shower, washed the shorts or whatever. And I was like, what was that? Then it's just that happening like every other month.
But did you feel yourself orgasming? What's the word? Orgasming.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Did you feel? Okay. Did you? I don't want to say it. Did you feel yourself orgasming
And
while you were sleeping?
Yes, and just like I said about when I was 20 and I masturbated for the first time, I was shook too. And for me, it's like I said, there's an inner pride in me that is always telling me, why are you so weak? How come you just gonna have a dream and nut? Like, what is that? So I woke up, and I was a Christian kid. Like, don't forget that part. I was this good Christian kid in my head. So in my head, I'm like,
That's the part
yo,
I know.
what are you busting for? Like, yo, get up. Go do
yourself
it,
off.
you know what I'm
Kind of
saying?
ashamed.
And then it started happening so often. I'm like, yo,
Really?
but not, yeah, it did. But here's the thing, though.
Anatomy, though.
See,
His body's not
it's
getting
funny
released.
because
Right.
you see how you guys are talking about the talk with your kids? My mother's talk to me was different. I went to an all-boys military school. So her talk with me was to make sure I wasn't gay.
Yeah.
So she said, she called me down one day. She said, yo, I want to talk to you about something. I'm like, Mom, okay, what's up? She's like, okay, when you're watching movies and, people start to kiss in the movies, what happens? I'm like, nothing, they're kissing. And she's like, no, I'm serious, what happens? I'm like, what are you talking about? She said, how does your body feel? I was like, Mom. She's like, no, I'm serious. She was yelling. I was like, yo, Mom. And she was like, no, seriously. I was like, okay, I get hard. And she was like, oh, okay, I was just checking. All right, get out. Yeah, that's it.
She
Then
made
let me
sure
fuck
that
around.
thing
I brought a
wasn't
girl
for
to the house a week later. We didn't even do anything. I just brought a girl to the house. A girl I used to hoop with. And she came in the house. My mom came back from work and saw her and said, hey, how are you? My mom is so happy. Oh, cool. Oh, the girl, and when the girl left, when I went, the mom was like, if you ever bring a girl inside this house, I will kill you. I'm like, yo, what is it? Which one is it, bro? But, yeah. So no. That conversation was different for me.
I don't know. Wet dreams aren't the same, I guess. Like I don't think I've ever had a full orgasm over a wet dream. Really? Like a wet dream, you have like a hard on. Just explain it for women who don't know.
Okay.
You have a hard on, right? And then maybe I'm guessing it will come like drizzle out as you're doing your action in your head, but it's not like a full, for me at least.
Like a full
It wasn't a bust.
So it's like the
it's not like that.
It's the pre.
But in the dream you busted, right? So you kind of feel
Do you
Like the
feel it in your
remnants
dream?
of the dream.
kind of, but not that much. 'Cause when you wake
For
up,
me,
your
that was
lips
a
is
lot
up
of my
like-
shorts, bro. But it
Like
is
usually
pre-cum.
after a wet dream, you have to, you gotta go finish. You know what I mean? Like
That's how
if it's
shit.
like that
That
good.
makes sense.
But that doesn't happen often. Again, as an adult, that's more of like when you're
When
young.
you're young,
Yeah.
going through puberty.
Yeah,
type
more
of
like a
thing.
puberty type.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Lord Jesus.
Not scared to be a parent. But
it's tough being a mom to boys. I'll tell you that.
I think it's gonna be tougher being a dad to girls. I really think it's gonna be tougher being a dad to girls
for a long time.
Oh yeah, I'm big on that. I be telling my son to get out the shower. Yes, get out the shower. Your brother's got to take a shower.
Speaking of, that day
to the doctor,
after Shorty got me off of the phone in the bathtub, right? Yeah. Bro, that became my thing.
In the bathroom.
What? Soapy. That when Nigeria said soapy, I was king of the soaps. I was a soap opera. What do you mean? Let's do it. No, I was in there. Yeah. And then after I had sex.
Socks, towels, any of that when it comes out of my sunroom. I don't do any of that because of those reasons.
So a lot of people do it in
I never did.
Yes.
I never did.
You don't got tissue paper or
I learned that
from
another. I learned that from a podcast. Is why I learned not to touch a sock. Yeah, and
I would say watch out for the towels.
That too.
Towels.
I had to stay on one, and that kind of blew me. I was like, son, throw that in the trash can.
If you think it is,
my son's gonna do their own laundry.
It probably is.
Yeah, it is.
Starting at 4, so I can already.
I can almost bet money.
But one thing I can appreciate about my oldest son, and hopefully he'll never watch this podcast, is that he's a very clean person. So anytime something happens, he's washing the sheets. Right. And that's how I know, like. Right. Oh, you know? Yeah, like you washing your sheets, like, son.
Yeah, mom knows what it is. Mom knows. She's like, yo, I know.
And his dad finds it hilarious. Why he doesn't talk to his dad about it. So he doesn't talk to him. He talks to me because his dad laughs about it. Yeah, but I'm more comforted, like, no, son, it's okay. You know.
15 years old, no more black sheets, white sheets only.
And that's the problem. It was a burgundy sheet. Yeah. You told your mom that?
And black sheets is the devil.
What does she think when you told her that?
No more black sheets.
No, what did your mom think, Larry? What did your mom?
I'm joking. I didn't.
No.
I was like, so you just put me on, so now I understand.
I
don't buy no black sheets.
Blue and white sheets is what I buy. I don't buy black. I used to have burgundy sheets. I don't
black
do
sheets
those
will become
no more.
white.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you this: you're open book. And you're free spirit. You're free when it comes to your sexuality. So I want to ask you, what's the craziest sexual experience that you've had or encountered that you want to share with us? Give us the tea, girl.
Craziest.
Yeah. The wildest.
I would say the experience I had, and I kind of think this woman was watching us, but I'm not 100% sure. But I have a thing about people watching me have sex that I'm intrigued about. So we were in a pool, and I just, everybody was gone, the kids were gone, and it was like maybe 10 o'clock at night, and we're literally having sex in the pool. And before you know it, a woman walks up, a white woman, and I sensed that she was standing there for a while because the way she came to us and was like, the pool is closed, but you guys can stay a little longer kind of situation. And then before I knew it, I looked over and my top was over here, my bottoms was over there, and she was smirking, and it was just, and so of course we do have a thing about people watching me have sex, but and I'm pretty sure it's been situations because I've had sex on balconies, I've had sex out at the beach. I'm very adventurous in location. But
so is the pool was your most adventurous?
I want to say so because I've never had a threesome.
Okay.
Me neither.
And I don't know if I want to experience it because most guys, when I say I want a threesome with 2 men and just me, they're like, nah, that's just not what I want to do. But I want to be devoured. I want 2 men to just take over my body and just, put me on the table and just
have their way with you, right?
Yes. So that's like an ultimate fantasy of mine. But I would say that
you can find some. I mean, it may not be your man, but you can find some.
I don't want him to be my man.
Let me tell you what it is. She likes real niggas, right? So a real nigga's not going to want to do that.
That's just what it is. Because I've brought it up to a few guys and be like, what do you think about? Like, nah, I need 2 women. Like, nah, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not. Into pleasing another woman. Not saying that I'm not.
I agree.
Really? I think it's a different term for black people. So black men, they don't call threesomes when it's two dudes. They call it running a train. Or where I'm from, they call it OEG.
But I don't do that either. I don't want to.
I'm not saying I do it. I'm just
Gang.
saying. So real niggas who you consider real niggas, them and their homeboys sleeping with a girl.
that.
Technically, it's a threesome. They just don't call it that.
But technically, a threesome, I would say a train is where all parties are connected. But if all parties aren't connected, it can't be considered a train.
Wait. Pause. You want the dudes to do stuff with each
No,
other?
I don't want the dudes. I want them to full focus be
her.
on me. But
So
when
it's still-
it comes to black people discussing what a train is, I consider a train when
It's
three
four
people are
people.
or
Like
four
bisexual
people
men and a woman.
connected. Like everybody's getting a little bit of something.
So that's what you call a train.
That's what I call a
So
train.
the two dudes doing stuff.
Is a threesome.
That's a flight.
It's just-
That ain't no train, bro.
That's just how I
Yeah.
look at it.
I get
Well,
what
I
you're
mean,
trying
the
to say.
old school train.
You're saying a
technically is
threesome.
you know,
I think it was
So what you
defined
want? So what you
wrong.
want is a train. You don't want a threesome.
Next stop.
I want a threesome because I don't want the men to interact with each other on that
Okay.
standing point.
I'm
Okay.
confused.
But
got it backwards.
Yeah, we got to back
No,
up.
like I said, she
okay.
likes real
Let's
niggas.
back up,
You
let's
like
back up,
niggas.
Okay, let's back up. Okay,
Right.
I-
You define as a
I just
threesome.
want her to
Now,
say
okay,
she want
no, a
train. That's all I
train
said.
I think is defined
Sounds degrading,
incorrectly in our culture.
Okay.
When you look at a train on a track,
Right.
everything is connected. Am I correct?
Yep.
So when you're having sex, I'm expecting
Oh, I see what
everything
you're
to be
saying.
connected in a form. But yeah, the black culture, we look at
She
it
saying
differently.
she don't want one nigga to think he in first class. Everybody coach.
You get paid. I get paid. You get
So
paid. We all
look.
So
So think about it like this, right? A threesome
Uh-huh.
is when everybody's intertwined.
Right.
When you run a train,
it's just taking
listen
turns.
to listen to.
Do, do,
They don't understand. We did a train.
Do,
We
do, do.
ran a train on.
I don't
Earth.
think two
But how
guys can
many-
run a train.
But yeah,
I don't
but
think just
when you
two guys
look
can
at
run
a
train.
train, aren't trains
No,
attached?
that's not a train. That's a
That's
fucking
all I'm
cart.
saying.
All trains
That's
are
a
big,
cart.
dog.
But
That's two people.
But the carts are attached. Am I correct? That's how I think about it, and I don't like how it's defined. So when I think about a train, I think everything is attached. I'm getting hit, you're getting hit, and you're not gonna like it.
That
So,
definition is we're throwing that in the trash.
That's a threesome.
We
No.
throwing that in the trash. That's-
a
terrible
threesome is
definition.
when three people are partaking in one activity. Is how I define it. So I mean, everybody's definition is different.
What she wants is what she's saying.
yeah.
You know the attention that we get when we got two women.
Mm-hmm.
I
She
want
just
that
wanted
for
what
She
you
wants
got.
that
myself.
attention from two guys.
Right. Right.
You know, it's like you said, it's messed up that it's
I'm trying.
broken down that way. It's looked at that way society wise. But
Right.
Still a
that's what
threesome.
she's saying. Like you
Right.
know,
Yeah, like if you explain to two niggas who call themselves real niggas that they just ran
They're
a
not
train
gonna-
on their girl,
right.
you're like, bro, you know you just had a threesome? They'd be like, what the
Right.
No, I didn't. Me and my homeboy just had a sex with her. Oh, that was it. Like, nah, dog, you had a threesome. They wouldn't even understand. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. Like, nope, dog, that's technically a
Even
threesome.
before I ever had sex, when I was like 17, I got invited to come upstairs. My boy, this girl was one of the baddest chicks in the neighborhood, bro. These boys in their neighborhood, because my neighborhood, I didn't know any bad chicks. I was a good kid. I had to go to the hood to go play. I used to go hoop in the hood, and then these hood niggas had them all. And this girl was the baddest chick in their hood, and they're like, yo, she giving it up, man. Come through, we're running the train. They didn't say it that way. We called it something else in Nigeria, right? But then, even the thought, first of all, I was a good kid, so I couldn't really think it through. You know what I'm saying? The minute they said that in my mind, I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, you guys, I'm good, please. I'm good. I would have had no clue. I would have had no clue what to do anyway.
We did some wild
Yeah.
stuff.
But for real, because it's like, dang, why? I mean, at that age, I don't know if she's in the same thought process as you. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like now you understand.
Right.
At that point, I feel like you don't even know self-worth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You
you
just-
just
that's
So
it.
now you just think this is what you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
All right, then.
You letting the
next.
validation like drive you. It's not because
Next.
you want to have sex that way. It's because you want male validation. You like
Right.
that feeling.
That's it.
But like,
You think
Which is
that this
crazy
what
because
it's
I know a
supposed to
lot of
be.
girls who do that.
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
and I'm just always, in my mind, I'm just like, damn, what is that something she really want? Or like
She
what
just
y'all
doing
said,
it.
she's just doing it just to please.
And
Yeah.
But
that-
some of them
Just
don't
to
come
please.
off as doing it just to please.
And strangely,
You know,
that's
but-
what I teach my son. I let him know, don't feel as though you have to be validated by your homeboys.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's not who you're trying to please.
That's a good
Women
lesson.
are who you're trying to please. telling your homeboys what y'all did, how y'all did it, how often y'all did it.
Yeah.
That does not
That's
entice
not your
a woman.
business.
I never
And if
did that.
anything, that's gonna make her go the opposite direction.
Right.
You're talking about me to your homeboys, the guys who will never touch me.
Right.
Yeah, so when I talk to my son, I let him know, don't think you have to be validated by your friends.
What she just said,
to
bro.
to be with the woman.
Okay, if we can shift away from sex for 1 second, what she just said is such a big deal to me, in the sense that when guys brap their own brap, you see, you guys got me being nice here. When guys brap their own chicks, and their own girlfriend's your girlfriend, and you're telling your boy how you did it, I'd be looking at you like,
why?
Bro, what is that?
Question though, James.
Yes.
What about when the girlfriend asks, girl, did he have a big dick?
That's their
Is this
business.
you? What's the
I
difference?
can only speak for me.
It's
See,
the same
I'm
thing.
only gonna speak when
I don't
that's not
mind.
my
It's the
nigga.
same
Yes,
thing.
that's it.
I'm gonna
Personally,
speak on when
personally,
this baby boy from
Personally,
4 area
personally.
code. You
That's
know
the
what I'm saying?
part.
From
Guys
out the
have
way.
guys talk, women have women talk. You shouldn't,
Yeah.
your girl shouldn't know that your guy, or whoever you're with, that you told your boys or whatever like that. But you gonna talk about sexual encounters. Just like women, it's normal. And
I'm
there's
only
nothing
gonna talk about the
wrong
trash.
for y'all to talk about the sexual encounters with your other homegirls. I have no problem with you going to your homegirl
I'm never-
and telling her how big or whatever my shit
You
is.
know what's
No, but
funny?
I'm not going
I
to.
know
what's-
you did it anyway.
That's what
No.
we're not going to do, because then we're gonna have baby girl.
Yep.
My homegirl now
Yep.
she all up in the business, and now
In
she
my
already
mind, it happened
visualizing.
already.
Yo,
So,
dick. That's
That's-
it.
That's not what we do.
I'm not gonna talk
But if you
about.
just baby boy, we just smash every Monday when I go to the bar and I see you, then yes,
You know,
Okay.
and that's
I'm learning. I'm
but
learning.
some-
I'm learning.
Sometimes that's a reach, because I'm not gonna tell
I'm
my ace boom, like the ace cards I'm
It
riding.
depends
I'm
on
never
the
gonna
value.
tell a woman how good that is, because that's mine. Now unless I'm just tired of riding, like that ride
why
was
this is good.
one.
I'm
That
learning.
that was a ride for you. But if it's something I'm gonna continue to
Okay,
ride,
I have
I'm not gonna
like
keep
a
bragging
rebuttal.
about
Not
it.
a rebuttal, but I have a statement. Okay, unless you're like into like compersion or not minding that your partner is with another person, because if that turns you on in itself,
That's the thing.
like the idea of like it could possibly be like the idea of your homegirl with your nigga turns you on too. So like, yeah, girl, like
That don't
you
mean-
Princess is not
I
something
just
that's
thought it was
easy
Yeah.
after
normal.
all.
You be turning me
I thought
up,
it was
like-
normal. I
Sometimes
thought
you
that's
just-
normal talk that girls do.
When
you know what I'm
you're
saying?
It just
younger.
depends on how much you like him, or if
Yeah.
you're into compersion. Like I said,
Right.
it just depends on like you and like
Mm-hmm.
how you value him.
I'm not into compersion.
I'm definitely not
But
into
I'm
that.
definitely, when I was younger, I probably would have talked about it. Now I'm not willing to share good dick with anybody, so I'm not gonna talk
So
about it.
if the girl, your homegirl asks you, like, nah, it was trash.
Like, not, no, I'm
As long
gonna
as
say,
you're not
nah,
mine,
you know,
I should
that's
be
who
for
I'm
the
rocking
streets.
with.
Yeah.
That's me. But if it's somebody that's
Yeah.
gonna be a flyby, like I wanted to try that, yeah, you know, it was good. But most of my friends, they're not gonna try what I try.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So the
but that's
conversation just
right.
I
So
learned
that's just
something
my
new. I
my
thought that was
group.
normal
Every
talk.
female group is not
That's
the
so
same.
funny that you
Sorry
think
to
that was
bust your
normal.
bubble.
So many men.
So,
think it's
Chantal, I'm
normal.
gonna bust your bubble real quick. Yes, your friends might not be willing to try.
Some
what you try.
friends.
Some friends might not be willing to try what you try. You have to know who the dude you're messing with is. dude.
I agree.
Yeah.
That dude might
Yes,
be into
he
all
the
kinds of
one.
shit. And he knows.
agree.
Usually guys know when your friend will fuck.
I agree.
They
I
always
agree.
do.
Yeah, they do.
100%.
They
And
tell you.
I will say that I think I said this in one of the podcast episodes is his fault, bro.
Absolutely.
I've been in situations where in my mind I thought my girl's friend wanted to fuck me, but I would never ever fuck my girl's friend.
Right.
It just
It's
doesn't-
so important,
that's
bro.
disrespectful.
It's so
If
important.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
cheat as a man. You gonna go cheat somewhere else.
Right.
Facts.
Why would you do that to someone that you actually
Yeah,
even give a
yeah.
shit about?
Right.
If you even give an ounce of shit about somebody, why would you sleep with
Even
their
if she's
friend?
just your nigga, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
even if it's
Yeah.
even if y'all just
Yeah.
fucking.
No,
I don't
that's
need
it.
your friend. If I'm gonna go do my thing, it's not gonna be in your circle at all. That's a
Right.
respect thing for me and you.
Weak.
At least you got guidelines. I like
That's
that.
That's
100%.
cheating though.
That's
Like,
100%. Now, if I'm
I was
I'm not
talking
saying
about,
I'm
like,
perfect, but
together.
You got rules.
Comparison.
I
I've never heard that word in my life.
So-
Today's the first time, so I'm gonna go Google that after this.
Me too.
Comparison.
So I was the only one who didn't know what that meant.
No, you're not, bro.
It's getting sexual satisfaction from watching your partner have sex
Right.
with someone else.
What is it again?
Oh,
But yeah, compersion is getting pleasure from watching your partner have sex with another person.
I can't relate.
also known as cucking.
Me neither.
That was
That's
so
the definition.
juicy.
I was ready to go-
Would y'all be interested in something like that?
No.
Would you,
I
Tyrant?
don't get
It's just
pleasure.
something like what?
Tyra,
No.
would you? Oh,
I'm too jealous.
I
I'm
knew.
jealous.
I
can't do
know.
it.
I know, T.
I'm cool.
Yeah, I don't want.
Like, all right, bitch, that's
That's
enough.
what I'm saying.
Right,
Even
look,
with threesomes,
you
like,
moaning
that's
too loud.
girls for a man. No, if it's gonna
Yeah.
be for, it's gonna be for me, not for
You're-
him.
Exactly.
Like I'm too crazy.
Sorry.
I'm too crazy.
Now.
I'm too crazy for
I am.
all of
I'm
that.
too
But I really did enjoy the conversation. Like y'all about to take it left. But it was still thank you so much, Miss
Thank you
Chantel.
for having
I
me.
really
Chantel.
appreciated this conversation.
Definitely following all your pages.
Thank you.
I might have to come see some of your art in person.
I cannot.
Look, I just did a shoot earlier.
You're
So
silly.
I'm definitely always gonna have new pieces out. So I did a shoot earlier with Mr. 365 Photography, and it's
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So
Actually, no.
so can you go ahead and like tell people where they can find you?
Okay, you guys, Shawntel the Prototype on all platforms: YouTube, Instagram.
How do you spell your Chantel? I've been trying.
Shawntel? S.
I've been trying. I couldn't find it. I'm finding all these white girls calling themselves the prototype. I'm like, yo, relax.
It's spelled just like it sounds. SHAWN.
S.
Yeah, SHAWN.
That
No, Sean.
W.
How do y'all
Oh,
Chantel. My business partner introduced me into the Lounge ATL podcast, and being that you guys, you know, y'all talk y'all shit like we do on Lounging and Lingerie, and I loved it. Y'all unfiltered, y'all straight to the point, have different opinions, and I love it from every vast of levels when it comes to black people. I love black people.
Amen.
And so you guys do your thing, and I love it. I'm going to continue to support, and hopefully y'all have me back.
Yeah. Thank you.
And you enjoy the episodes James is on the most.
I love them all. Okay, Shawntel the Prototype. SHAWNTEL the Prototype. It's all one word. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Fanbase, TikTok, YouTube, Playboy, Centerfold, OnlyFans. So yeah, you can follow me on all platforms.
There's no way you're
there.
single, bro. There's no way you're single.
You can
Chantel.
follow my podcast, Lounging the Letter N Lingerie, with me and my co-host, which is my best friend of 15 years, and my art gallery, The Epitome of Black Women. And yeah, check me out on all platforms.
Thank you so much. And I want you to go ahead and shout yourself out. This is your first time here as well. So
Yes, it's my first time.
yeah, go ahead and tell people about you real quick.
I first seen the Lounge ATL on Instagram, and I was interested to come here because I'm like, you guys are talking about controversial topics, and I'm like, I have an opinion that I need to give. So I'm like, it was just really interesting to see everybody's different opinions, and even when people over talk each other, it's like, y'all be excited. So I like that.
Oh, I like that
So
too.
you guys,
Okay, I'm Princess. Right now, I'm relaunching my business, so I'm not going to get into the details of that. But you can follow me on Instagram at I am Princess with 3 S's, Jalissa, JALISSA.
so yeah.
But yes, thank you so much, you guys, for joining us today. We had a great conversation. It was real unfiltered per usual. But again, it's your girl T with the Lounge After Dark. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not already doing so. Again, subscribe, share, like, comment. Do what you need to do. Spread the word. Let everybody know about this show because we are so lit, you know.
We're
popping.
Yeah.
You know, we're popping. So again, it's your girl T, your girl Tyra with the Lounge After Dark, baby, and I am signing out. Period.
That's your thing. I just did this, man.
Great content.
Yo, that was great. That was
Let your head down. I heard you wasn't down. Come through and we can talk it out. You know I'm like that. We can do what you want. I know you like that, baby. Let me put you on. Conversation, if we're playing, we gon' do it right. Baby, I'm listening. Let your body talk to me.